I say, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? I am your host, Lacey G. Souldier Turner. And today I have a special guest with me. Y'all already know he's a health expert, health and wellness preacher, health coach, a strength coach. Man, we got the wonderful, amazing, talented, the minister of wellness, Nathaniel Jordan. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, brother. It's an honor to be here.
No problem. So before we get into your event, I want to, learn something about you, ask you a couple questions for the people to get to know you. Where were you born and raised, and how was your upbringing as a child?
Born and raised St. Louis, Missouri, and we always ask where you from, what high school you graduated from. So I went to Sumner High School, freshman, sophomore, junior, but then I'm from South City, St. Louis, and so I graduated from Roosevelt. So that's very interesting how I graduated from Roosevelt. So that's my high school history. My childhood was I was raised by a very strict hellfire brimstone pastor, the late great pastor Eddie Jordan Jr. And my story of how I became the minister of wellness revolves around him, because my father, I watched him eat himself to death because he believed his theology taught him that as long as you bless your food in Jesus' name, it will be nutritious for your body. And he taught that theology and that belief system to us, and that belief system destroyed his health. Now I went straight out of, before I even graduated from Roosevelt, I was already enlisted in the Marines. While I was in the Marines, I was a middleweight boxer at 165. Left the Marines, joined the police department. Within 2 years from the Marines to the police department, I was 260. So I had gained 100 pounds. And when my blood pressure became high, I got terrified because by this time, my father, his health started to fail considerably. And it was during that period of time, brother, when I just started diving into not only scientific research, but biblical research, because I had became a preacher just like my father. And I found out that everything they taught us about nutrition, whether it's in the schools or in the churches, was a lie. Everything. And that led me down this transformative path and to a nutrient-dense, plant-rich eating style. I lost 100 pounds. I reversed heart disease. And when I could not convince my father to change, I convinced my mother to change. She became one of my success stories. Could not convince my father to change. And after his 9th stroke and death at age 66 in 2015, God gave me the title, the Minister of Wellness. I quit a 7.5-year career as a police officer, and I've been doing this full time ever since.
Wow. So let me say this first off before we, finish. I'm an alumni of Sumner, also Bulldogs. I graduated in '98.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the most prestigious schools. So you should have graduated. You should have graduated from there. But I ain't gonna hold it against you.
Man, so, Roosevelt was walking distance right up from where I live. And so, it was the magnet school. See, I had no business going, because I went to Turner Middle. I had no business going to school in North City from where we lived. It's just that with the magnet school program, we was bussed out. And that's how I ended up north, when really, even my elementary school was walking distance, Shenandoah. So that's how I ended up, in North City.
Okay, yeah. So one thing you touched on, you was talking about, how you was a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. I know you did that from 2004 to 2008. So what made you go into the Marine Corps?
Because what made me go into the Marine Corps was a few things. My father, he was strict. So he said, if you don't like school, you're going to work 80 hours a week and pay me rent, or you got to get out. So that's, first of all, I had a real father. so I ain't had no choice. I had to do something.
Get out of
right there you go. That old school, work or get out. School full time, work full time, or get out of my house. So that was one. And then second, I chose the Marines because I was just crazy, because I heard that it was hard. And in my and how my strong-willed mind worked, I was like, all right, They keep talking about it's hard. I want to see how hard it
It's
is.
ain't nothing.
And I got exactly what I asked for and more.
He's like, all right, I see, I get you.
Right, yeah, I got exactly what I asked for, brother, and I would never do that again. But yeah, I did. I was like, I want to see how hard it is and how tough it is, and I got exactly what I asked for.
Be
And
careful what you ask for, because you might just get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So was it as hard as, I know you was a veteran also of the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department from 2008 to 2015. So was it hard being a police officer in St. Louis?
You know what? It's hard dealing with the foolishness of the criminal justice system because you know that it's evil and you know that it's injustice, and all they want you to do is be a professional slave catcher. And then you have to deal with the foolishness of our people, you know. So you have this system that is unjust, but then you have too many of our people that we make ourselves victims. So you get tired of that when you, as a Black police officer, you caught in the middle of a failed injustice system, and then too many of our people have a warped mentality. Now, the job itself was easy, and there was a lot of freedom. So the job itself, once I learned how to do it correctly, meaning I was one of them police officers where you weren't gonna see me unless you call for help. I went out there. I'm not hunting. I'm not doing that. Especially once I read Michelle Alexander's book, The New Jim Crow. No, my mentality was, listen, I'm here to help who calls for help, take care of my family, go home safe.
Okay.
So you ain't gonna see me on the news. So in that sense, brother, to be honest with you, is much easier than what I do now. Much easier. And sometimes I miss the simplicity of just coming in, clocking in, answer my calls, because like I said, I'm not initiating anything, but if you call me, I'm gonna come there, I'm gonna handle whatever you called me for, and then I'm gonna go home. I could work out before, after, wife have my food for me. So life was much simpler as a police officer. So yeah, I mean, comparing the police officer to the Marines, yeah, that no dear. The Marines, that was very, very stressful.
Let me ask you this, man. Is the myth true, man? Do police officers just eat the donuts and the coffee?
We get a lot of stuff for free. They gave us a lot of free guards. So yeah, it was easy being 260 as a police officer. McDukey's, they give you free food. All the, I used to poo Johns, as I call them. They would give us free pizza. So yes, it's very true. Quick Trip.
Okay,
So they give us them huge sodas and donuts. So yes, it is true that police officers eat garbage, and that's dangerous because what you eat affects your mental health.
Facts.
So you got these hyped up dudes, most of them coming out of the military, and they already in this war zone mindset, and they eating this junk food and this messing with their emotions. And so yeah, they get trigger happy. So the whole mentality of policing is wrong, especially in our communities. It's right in the white communities because they serve the white, they serve and protect the white communities. Yes. In the Black and poor communities, they exploit.
Gotcha. Oh man, I ain't never heard nobody say it that way. That's real talk.
Yeah. Yeah, but once you learn to do it correctly, no, it ain't as stressful as what I do now. As the minister of wellness for 7 years, trying to teach Black folk to stop eating fried chicken and barbecue wings and barbecue rib. No, this is way more stressful.
So let me ask you this, minister. So I know you said in October 2011, you reached 260 pounds. So to make your change, was you feeling a type of way, or when you got 260, you was like, hey man, I need to change because I'm, heavy, or did you start feeling different?
High blood pressure. Somebody came to the library where I was working secondary at, and my blood pressure was stage 2 hypertension. And then my triglycerides was high. And then I went and saw a cardiologist. And I had, and so yes, it was that blood pressure being high, that blood pressure test, because I knew that blood pressure is supposed to be low. And when I realized that being that massive was affecting my blood pressure, that's when the change started.
Okay. And I know you touched on it a little bit. You said God gave you the minister of wellness. So did that name just come to you? Did he like, you finna be the minister of wellness, or did you sit and think about it for a while?
No, it happened like that. It was in the midst of me mourning my father and thinking about the direction I was going to go next. Because at the time when I lost all my weight, I started personal training, and I was calling myself the body fat destroyer. That was my name, the body fat destroyer. I'm here because I was 4% body fat. But so no, the Lord spoke that title to me. And I went from the body fat destroyer. I had been the body fat destroyer for 3 years. And then the Lord said, no, you are the minister of wellness. And I want you to put an emphasis on the biblical teachings on helping our people to overcome the slave theology, to restore the African Hebrew perspective of the scriptures, and especially when it comes to health and nutrition. So we have all this talk about what it means to be African. And I'm here to tell you that what it means to be African starts with what you eat. We are a sun people. Why are we eating food made in a lab? That's not African. What does Pringles have to do with Africa? See, that's what I'm saying. All this consciousness, man, you ain't woke and you ain't conscious if you ain't talking about what you eating. And so that's why, I can trade dashikis with the best of them. I'm not arguing back and forth about what tribe of African we from. I say Hebrew, some say Osiris, some say Egypt. What are you eating? Okay, what are you putting in you? Are you putting a dress on a pig? Because you can put a dress on a pig and a pig is still a pig. We are soil people. We come from the soil. That's African. Sun people, soil people. We're not eating from the soil no more, brother. We're not eating from the soil. Then the African concept is the divinity within, the divine energy. So those concepts, I agree completely. The scriptures say ye are gods, but you're going to die like men. Why? Because you ain't taking care of your temple. So, like I said, you eating burgers and cheese and all of this stuff. That ain't nothing to do with African. That's not woke. And if you're doing those things, you can have the best dashikis on, and you can go back and forth with all of this knowledge about the African heritage of all religions, which I completely agree with you as a Christian minister. I agree with you. But brother, if you ain't talking about the health of our people, I don't want to hear it. I'm not debating nobody about nothing. Let's talk about nutrition, because when the pandemic came, it exposed everybody.
Yep, so did.
It exposed everybody, brother. Conscious, Buddha, Hindu, all of you. You rushed to take the what because you were scared.
Yep. I didn't.
The only one who made a strong, definitive stance was the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He was the only one out of the ones that have celebrity and fame. He was the only one. Of course, I'm even more strict about it, but I don't have that level of prestige and platform yet, and they're doing everything they can to stop me from having that.
Yeah, to this day, my doctor, every time I go, because I get my checkups all the time, I go to the doctor, period, make sure I'm good. And we talk about, you ready to take this? I'm like, nope. Sorry, nope. Then they brought another doctor there to try to convince me, like, nope, I'm good. So I know, you about to permanently relocate to Florida, expand your healing ministry. But before you go, you're throwing your last for her, the disease-free in 23 annual spring community health fair and seminar. It's going down Saturday, June 3rd. Can you tell the people about that?
Yes, this is the last one for St. Louis. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. This is free. If you want to vend, it's free. We'll have delicious food there. A sister named Tiara, she has a startup vegan soul food. She's going to have dessert there, and I wanted to support her. So it's free. And come on out one last time, and I love to meet you and greet you. It's a fair. We'll have holistic vendors there. This is a natural health fair for your health. And then I'm going to deliver a powerful, uncensored message that you will not see anywhere else. A powerful, uncensored message, because I'm censored all over. This will be called Tuskegee Part 2. We're going to go even further into the current experimentation upon our people. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know how to heal from any disease in 30 days and how to strengthen your immune system before the next pandemic, so that when it comes, you will face it with the confidence that your immune system can survive. If I dropped the vial of smallpox in front of you and you sniffed it, would you survive? If the answer is no, come on out Saturday, June 3rd. If you have stroke, if you have heart disease, diabetes, gout, autoimmune, blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, whatever you are dealing with, come on out with your notebook and pen. Come support the local natural health, connect with natural health vendors and organizations. I'll have my books there, and then come sit down and learn, and you will leave empowered.
So where is this taking place at?
The Great Better Family Life, and everybody, as you know, anybody from the city of St. Louis should know that name. The Great Better Family Life, 5415 Page Avenue, bedrock cornerstone in the community. I am in partnership with them for this. So come on out. It's free Saturday, June 3rd. Doors open at 10 a.m. for the health fair. And you can RSVP at stlhealth23.eventbrite.com, stlhealth23.eventbrite.com. That's stlhealth23.eventbrite.com. My phone number is 888-847-8026. Questions, comments, concerns, vending, 888-847-8026. One more time, 888-847-8026.
Hey, I see that, man. Make sure y'all come out there. If you care about your health, I think I'm gonna come out there, because if he dropped the smallpox and everything here, I don't think I'll survive. So I want them people. So I'm about to come out. Real talk, I'm keeping it real. So, Minister, so why do you feel? Well, why should people feel that their health is important to them? Because, like you said, so many people just eat chicken and all this type of stuff. Why is health important?
Because you can't do nothing without your health. You can't do anything. Whatever you want to do, you won't be able to do it if you're not healthy. You know it. You know it's true.
Oh, yes.
You know that. You know you feel like crap. You know you have goals. What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to do? Why did God create you? What purpose, what vision, what mission has God given you to accomplish? What do you love to do? What are your hobbies? What do you want to do? What are your goals? You can't do it if you're not healthy, and you know it. You know you would feel better if you were lean. You know you want to have a sexy body. You know that you're tired of having mental fall. You know you're tired of being on prescription drugs. You know you don't want to take them. Come on now. I know the food is more addicting than heroin. I know the food is more addicting than cocaine. I know they put sorcery to hook your brain, but you can be set free. And my assignment is to help set you free.
See that? See, look, he ain't talking about the BBLs. He's trying to tell you how to eat and get that body the right way up in this piece. So let me ask you this, Minister. What would you say to people who like they say they poor and eating healthy is too expensive, or they say I can go get a dollar burger and all this? So what would you say to those people who say eating healthy is too expensive?
Don't ever put no price on your health. Do not ever put a price on your health. Don't ever do that. You do whatever it takes to be healthy. And plus, that's a lie anyway, because when you eat junk food, you got to eat a whole bunch of it to be full anyway. All barbers do is eat out. They spend a lot of money eating out. No, you start eating to live, get on fresh fruits and vegetables, you'll find out you only need 1 to 2 meals a day. And sometimes 1 to 2 meals every other day. So your grocery bill goes down because you're not eating as much. So that's not true. That's a myth that has been exposed over and over again.
Yeah, I heard that. Facts. So don't be talking about you too poor. So, Minister, what has been your on your journey of the life of what you've been doing? What has been your greatest challenge?
My greatest challenge is simply overcoming what I call the satanic American diet. That's the greatest challenge we all face. Is overcoming the sorcery, the witchcraft that evil people have put on food to make us so addicted we can't stop. Then we get sick, and you have $1 trillion pharmaceutical industry waiting to exploit us. So my greatest challenge is, how do I stay on the right path? And then how do I convince my people and all people to see this insidious plot at hand, and how to overcome this insidious plot? So that's my greatest challenge, is waking up the masses despite the censorship and the vicious for-profit plot at hand to destroy people's health.
Okay. So, what has been your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment is seeing the success stories. Healing people, healing my people, healing all people. That's my greatest. Seeing people. Brother came to DC, said in 2 weeks eating red fruits, a red fruit fast, and he healed dialysis in 2 weeks. We have a 74-year-old Mama Jones who comes on my YouTube channel, the Minister of Wellness, and she has reversed rheumatoid arthritis, went from severe pain and couldn't even use a juicer. Now she's pain free. Sister came on today, said her shoulder was inflamed with rheumatoid arthritis, and now it's reversed. I've helped people lose 200 pounds, 100 pounds, reverse heart disease, cancer. So seeing people come back from the brink of death has been my greatest success.
I like that. So let me ask you this: what advice would you give to someone who said they want to eat healthy, but the junk keep calling them back and forth? Like, I guess just like a person on drugs, you know what I'm saying? So what advice would you give to them people who really want to do this, but they feel like it's be hard?
And that's the point. It is a drug. And so I have a 2-hour seminar called Using the Power of the Word of God to Overcome Addiction. And in my book, Lose 100 Pounds in 100 Days, I have the 12 components of food addiction making us fat and sick. So that's the point, is overcoming addiction, learning about the 12 components that makes addict come over. So facing it as a drug addiction, and then making it your religion. Make health your religion. Make healing your religion. Learn everything you can from me about this monster of addiction. And I promise you, I will give you the tools, the resources, and the community to help and the support you need to overcome your addiction. So go to the Minister of Wellness YouTube channel, dive into those videos. Go to the ministerofwellness.com and invest in coaching with me. But you have to be vigilant, and you have to submerge yourself into the knowledge, and that's how you overcome. That's how you break free, with the power of knowledge and consistency.
All right. So one more time, Minister, tell them what time the event is, what day, the address.
Saturday, June 3rd. This is it for me. This is it for the Minister of Wellness. Nobody can say I didn't do nothing for my hometown. Come on out, brothers and sisters. The great, prestigious, Better Family Life, 5415 Page Avenue. Doors open at 10 a.m. It is a natural health fair. Come hungry. We have a sister with soul plant-based food. Delicious. Yep, and desserts. Yeah, soul food. Soul food that's plant-based, desserts that's plant-based. Come on out. Other vendors will be there. I'll be there with my table, with my books, and I'm excited. STL Health 23.eventbrite.com, RSVP, STL Health 23.eventbrite.com, 888-847-8026, 888-847-8026, the Minister of Wellness.com, the Minister of Wellness.com.
There you go. So Minister, my last question that I love to ask all my guests: when it is all said and done and you are long gone from this earth, what is it that you want the people to know about Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan?
I want people to know, here lies a nobody who the Lord used to tell anybody about somebody who could save everybody. That's what I want people to know, that I was a man that the Most High rose up and used to help to destroy a $1 billion industry of sorcery that's killing people, murdering people for profit, and that he used a nobody like me from St. Louis, Missouri, to help save millions of people.
Well, thank you, Minister Withers. I appreciate you, man. You dropped a lot of jewels, a lot of knowledge. And I'm gonna try to come up out there because I need to be out there because I don't know what would happen to me if smallpox.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody needs to be out there.
Right,
Yes,
for
sir.
real. So I appreciate you. And I would definitely, we would get this posted as soon as possible. And I'll let you know when we post it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, my
All right.
brother.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.